Good morning, everybody. Happy Memorial's Day. Sending out blessings to all of our veterans. I hope you have some happiness today. Our active service members, I hope peace befalls this planet soon. I love and respect you. Let's tap right in and see what messages Spirit has for us this morning. What storyline would they like to share with you? Let us see, shall we? Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. What storyline would you like to share with the collective this morning? Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Get your tea. We've got strength in the upright. You are cool under pressure and retain compassion all the while. And that's the beauty about subtle power, is that it's not all destruction and domination. It's persuasion. It's compassion. It's care. I was going to put my blanket on. I got a little warm. Oh my goodness. In the challenge position, the devil. Well, surprise. So you're strong and you're challenged by codependent, toxic, addictive, and destructive folk who want your stuff. In the subconscious, Six of Wands in the upright, victory, public recognition, promotion, and achievement. In the recent past, justice and the upright, the law of cause and effect. What you put out comes back to you. And when you got this energy around you, it's so challenging to put out good stuff, isn't it? It is. It's difficult and an extreme challenge to put out good stuff that can earn merit when you're presented with this energy in your face, in your space, trying to get itself all over your stuff, all over your life. Intentions and expectations. The star, renewal and rejuvenation. There will be a spiritual fortune delivered among those who have overcome this challenge. in the near future. We've got the moon reversed. There could be a release of fear. All of the illusions are seen. The truth is known. Nothing is hidden anymore regarding this codependent and toxic energy. They could be confused. The lens is being looked through. The Five of Swords reversed. There's a desire to reconcile. Nobody wants to fight anymore. Somebody's having revenge, remorse. They're in regret over this failure and they want to make amends. In the environment, Ace of Wands in the upright. Willpower. Power. Strength and courage. You could be a Leo. With this strength card, it's fire, it's Leo. With the victory, it's fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be a fire sign. Hopes and fears. High Priestess. Sacred wisdom. Divine feminine. Standing in her power. Subtle power. The power of persuasion, not the power of domination. A little kinder, gentler, more understanding and compassionate. In the outcome, the Nine of Pentacles, coming into the reward for the fruits of your labor. You have financial stability, or you will. Financial independence. Self-sufficiency. You may even have a little bit of luxury in your life. You might be able to afford your nice scented bath bombs, those little pleasures that bring you such joy and peace. You know, those little things that you can supply yourself with to give you the opportunity to care for self. The little luxuries, you know, not the big flamboyant gold toilets and hammers, you know, the little luxuries. That actually add to the value of life, you know. We've got, the Lovers. And a Nine of Cups. A wish come true. A wish come true for love. Queen of Wands is here, courageous, and again it's fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Gaining a victory, seated upon that chariot, moving forward, determined to release all that no longer serves the higher good. Compassionately, emotionally stable, a nurturer, a divine mother, intending on a return to divine love and blissful relationships that you can trust, full of love and compassion, overflowing. And that's the turn of the wheel. Judgment has been called by the Most High God and the Son. They've shined a light on all things, and they know who the generous and giving earth angels are. And they know who will be seated in positions of authority and who it is that's gearing up for the worst. The Emperor has spoken, and the cycle has complete. Justice has been served in the recent past. There's a victory. I love my guardian. He's the best. Well, they all are the best. The very best. Huh, baby? Yeah. Alrighty then. So we've got collective energy. Please, Spirit, collective energy. Well, look at you, look at you, look at you. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's not necessary. You're strong, you're focused, you're compassionate. It's a subtle power of persuasion and understanding. Somebody wants to escape. You're too strong. Somebody wants to escape this devilish energy. You're challenged by the toxicity here. They've made some mistakes. They made mistakes. And you gained a victory over that. They're daydreaming about you. They want to escape this situation. They're daydreaming. Justice is being delivered. The law of cause and effect. What you put out is what you get. And we've got a reflection here. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So those who were reliant and dependent upon the star energy are dimming. They don't have any energy now. Justice is being served. You will be renewed, healed. You're coming into your spiritual fortune. And a reunion. There's a reunion of the stars, a reunion of the light bearers. They've been kept apart by the system whose job it was to make sure that the stars and the suns never unite. They are being reunited now. They're coming together. They couldn't keep them apart. There is a release of fear. The illusion has been broken. You are irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. And we've got a Five of Swords here. The lens is being looked through. There's a failure. Those who were fighting with you, this devilish codependent energy, they're in revenge remorse. They're regretting coming for you. They want to make amends. They're sorry. They have a desire to reconcile. They're feeling overwhelmed. They're stressed out. They want to reconcile, but they haven't done any of the inner work, which will help them stop hurting you. You know, they want to reconcile, but they're still hurting people, and they're still inwardly hurting. They haven't healed. They haven't done any of the work. So they're putting that pain into the world. There is a potential beginnings here, powerful potential beginnings. There's an understanding of both sides of this story, so knowledge has been gained. The high priestess is holding sacred wisdom, gathering as she goes through experience. Collecting through many lifetimes sacred wisdom. Yeah, these ones who are feeling overwhelmed, who are bringing conflict, this devilish energy, their values were all about money. They miss their opportunity. They sabotage themselves, coming against this high priestess. They probably didn't realize that she has been here before, perhaps many times before, and she has gathered wisdom from all of those challenges, and it is inherently embedded within her. She carries this wisdom. Whether she recognizes it or not, all of this sacred wisdom is embedded in her. And she's coming into the reward for the fruits of her labor with this Nine of Pentacles here. Justice is being served. There's some secrets, like all might not be known. There still could be some hidden things. And as you know, like for me, I have a tendency of just spilling the beans. I'm authentic and transparent, and I don't keep secrets. It's I have a huge challenge when it comes to transparency. I'm very transparent. And so the Most High God knows this about me, and he knows probably about many of you as well, that the less you know, the better. Oh, daughter, son of mine, just go live. I'll carry you. You don't need to know everything right now. You got a soul contract, though, with this reunion. People are talking about it, and they're confused. There's disagreements. They're feeling broken. Oh, these third parties are feeling broken and shattered over your passion. Over your passionate connection that they've spent so much time chasing after. They don't know what to do now. They feel there's unfinished business. They're feeling your absence, and they want to mend this connection. But it's over. You don't have relationship with them anymore. You're not going to have relationship with them anymore because they're in the shadows. And you're moving on to a new chapter with an honest to goodness, reciprocal, equal give and take commitment. They want forgiveness. It was an unexpected outcome. They're being detached from you. And you have hope. Somebody hasn't given up on you yet. So somebody of a higher caliber has been observing your circumstance. And they have determined that you are their ideal match. Their wish come true. Of course, you will yourself. will need to make your own determinations of what it is that you consider a wish come true, of course. You're not at the mercy of somebody else's desire for you. Your perspective and your opinions and your desire for self are indeed crucial. But it is nice to know that somebody out there feels that you're a perfect match. Somebody out there who has been observing your struggles and your strength is thinking about you, admiring you. And there's always going to be someone who hates you, and there's always going to be someone who loves you. There's always going to be someone who wants to punch you in the gut, and there's always going to be someone who wants to pick you up. Pick your crowd. Pick your crowd. Choose your environment. Choose your crowd. And it's not easy because oftentimes we get sucked into circumstance, you know? But as soon as an awareness hits, then we have the opportunity to make adjustments. And if we don't make adjustments, then that's on us, right? Because once we discover that the truth of it, then we know better. And we have an opportunity to be better, to do better. Somebody's running away from your strength. Oh. Somebody's running away. This devil is running away from you. They're afraid. They want to escape. They made mistakes. So this card is self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, and it came out in the reverse. This codependent shadowy figure, they didn't work on any of their internal value system. They didn't work on their value system. They didn't nurture the gifts of the soul. They didn't work with their own gifts. The only thing they worked with was trying to destroy yours. And you gained a victory. And you gained your freedom. You're an abundant, limitless being who is love, and you can feel. You feel for others. You're successful. You know that there's no greater goal than to love. They're daydreaming about you. Justice is being served. They don't have any light. It's like this is them and this is you. They hated you. They wanted to be you, but they weren't willing to do the work to become that. Honesty. Justice is being delivered honestly. It's fair. The star is getting renewal, rejuvenation. There is a spiritual fortune here, and there is a reunion. Always coming back to each other. So this is the Earth School. There were some lessons to be learned. You were graduated. And now you're coming back home. You're coming back to your irreplaceable match. We got friendship in the reverse. This reflection, they're not your friend. They never were. They didn't want to be your friend. The illusion is busted. Everybody can see that it's you, star, not the reflection, who is irreplaceable. They failed. Imagination. The illusion is busted. So you can see the illusion that was created in the minds of these people. So the illusion is out. You see what they were doing, how they were doing it, what they were doing. They're in fear here. They want to reconcile. They're feeling overwhelmed. You have an understanding of both sides of this circumstance, and you're coming into some powerful new opportunities. You are strong. Your willpower, your determination is top of the line. They need to surrender their need to control you. You're a high priestess. Their values were all about money and they sabotaged themselves. They've missed their opportunity with you. Peace. High priestess, peace. Coming into the fruits of your labor, the rewards. There are some secrets here. Not everything is known. Blame. They have secrets. So it could be that those people who have secrets are blaming you. These reflections, they feel that because you have the light, that you are responsible for their life, that you are their source of sustenance, and you have to carry the responsibility for their well-being. That's how they feel. That since they don't have the light, you have to give them the light. They aren't interested in manifesting the light within them. They have gifts of the soul, but they don't want to work with it. They don't want to build it. They don't want to manifest it into this great light that you have diligently done for yourself with the seed that the Most High planted inside of you. These ones don't want to grow their seed. They don't want to do the work. They like living in the shadows. They like doing shadowy things. To disrupt the light of others. They are comfortable in that environment, and yet they're blaming you for, and again, we got failure on the bottom of the deck. They failed because you're too courageous and they have to accept the things they cannot change. Or they're going to have to actually get their hands dirty because whatever other methods they're using aren't working. Better not come in here. My boy has an attitude. He's making my eyes water. Oh my gosh. He's so serious. Oh my gosh. Occupation. Occupation. Somebody wants to escape death for the work that they've been doing against you. You were too strong. You lived. You survived. And now it's coming back to them. What they were trying to put on you is coming back to them. And you didn't do anything. All you did was survive. All you did was adhere to the request of being patient and persevering through these challenges. That's all you did. You adhered to the Most High's request. Be patient and persevere through your challenges. And while you're at it, work on that seed. Work on those gifts of the soul. And so you did. You did. Look at this. They made mistakes. They didn't work on their own selves. There's a change here. They're challenged by this change. You've gained your freedom, a victory over this devilish codependent energy. They're daydreaming of you, longing for you. They don't have any light. It wasn't enough to be in your presence. They wanted to absorb you. Because they weren't willing to grow their own light. They were too envious and jealous of yours. They couldn't see their own or focus on their own because yours was too bright. And so they were like distracted. They couldn't see their own light. They didn't even want to look for it. They weren't your friend. Weavers of illusion. Oh, I am the light. Hey, come, darling, come. Yes. They're in poverty. They have no vitality. They have no life force. They have no vitality. They're dead. So this is like the dead. They have no light. They have no light. This is like the living dead. This is the walking dead. This is the zombies that walk around without a chakra system. No soul. And they dress up. And it's easier to attack the children because the children don't have any awareness or strength to defend themselves. So that's why 800,000 of them go missing every year. They didn't get a courtship. So you didn't contract with this person and they're facing imprisonment. You're a star. You're coming into a reunion. This reflection was not your friend. They never were. We've got main male. You're coming into a reunion with a main male. He finds you irreplaceable. The illusion has been busted. Yeah, this thief. The illusion that this thief had cast is broken. Everybody can see that you're irreplaceable. You're strong. They were trying to cast a death spell over you, but it backfired, obviously. You have some expectations. Unless you're like me, thinking it'll never happen. I mean, in the subconscious, it's like, oh yes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But up here, it's like, it'll never happen. Not in this freaking 3D reality. That's so full of 95% of the people here are this. Excuse me? Go away. I'm not interested. Now that I know 95% of the people are these dim reflections that are seeking to feast on humanity, the light bearing manifested human. Yeah, I'm not interested. Their wand isn't worth the prize, excuse me, especially the way they've been flinging it around and getting it infected. So there's an understanding of both sides. They need to surrender their need to control your future, your sudden wealth. They're not your superior. They're not your guardian. They're not your husband, wife. They're not your family. They're not even a star. They're a vampire. Who wanted to wear your light so they could walk around, or they sell your light. Trafficking for money. Someday I'm going to get out of this storyline. High priestess, you are at peace. You've gained your freedom. Honest judgment is here. House. Well, there's two cards here. Official person and house. High priestess, official person, at peace, in the house. Those whose values were all about money sabotaged themselves and they missed their opportunity with you. You have a 9 of Pentacles. You have financial stability. You have a house. You know that they're targeting you, that they want your wealth and your health. Now that you're aware of these attacks, you're less likely to become a victim of them. Sex isn't all it's cracked up to be. Sex is a tool. That wand is a tool for these devils to extract your happiness, your wealth, your health. They have completely shattered the integrity of union. They've completely destroyed faith and trust while thinking themselves superior. Mistakenly, they felt superior because they were wearing the essence of a star. They felt like they were the star, but they were always this, the inhabitant underneath that cloak. Has always been a low vibrational being. A mature man, keeping secrets, blaming this high priestess for his own well-being. Mother me, it's your responsibility to let me suck on your tit forever. He'll never cook for himself, he'll never wash his own underwear, and he'll never clean up the piss that he puts on the floor. There's a message here from a false person who is concerned about your pathway. They're in bad health. because this main female is seen as a high honor privileged lady. They couldn't trick the world into viewing her as this person, as this mature man's person. They're blaming the high priestess star for their own well-being, but they are a shadow being. They are dead inside. They have no light or life inside of them. And when this marriage happens, when these light beings come together, their life is over. There's death here. They're in the courthouse under adjudication. This wealthy man is under adjudication for what they did, stealing other people's wealth and abundance and then walking around like they were that, destroying the world because they are a low vibrational entity hiding under a cloak of stolen life force vitality of an actual child of God. These dead vampiric beings, zombies, running around. And now that they're losing the light, now that the light is being returned to the stars, they will be walking around like zombies because they have no life force. There's no light. They're dead. They're actually walking around dead inside. There's no light. So you got 5% of light humans, light manifested bodies. 5% are light manifested bodies, and 95% are mankind, meaning created from the rib, meaning clones of a sort. So 5% of light manifested beings have been a life sustenance source for the dead. They've been feasting on the light of the living to make themselves appear as though they are alive, but they're not. They're dead. They're dead. And you were too strong for them. You overcame them. So the living light man overcame the vampire. Parasite. These are the folks who have been creating havoc in life for myself and others for many decades. Spirit is telling this story through me, and it is my honor and privilege to tell this story. Many others are telling this story, although we are all telling it a little bit differently. Of course, we have different layouts and different transmitter receiver systems, so our clarity and comprehension will be slightly different, although it appears as though many are picking up on the similarities of the collective storyline. So it's beautiful to see that we are in sync, that we are in a state of symbiosis, even though it is only the beginning of this new cycle. There are signs and synchronicities of unity. So those devilish, toxic, addictive, abusive people who were trying to cause a death for you, they failed. They made mistakes. They don't possess gifts of the soul that benefit themselves and others. If they did, they didn't nurture them and develop them. Instead, all they tried to do was destroy yours, and they weren't able to. And this devil is challenged by the change. You gained your freedom, you gained a victory, and they're in poverty. They weren't able to steal your life force, energy, your vitality, your light. Prayers. It could be that your prayers were heard. The Most High saw you in your struggle and heard your prayers. These ones made a lot of mistakes. They're unhappy about this change. They couldn't take your life and wear it like a cloak. They couldn't dress up in your essence and pretend that they were you. So they're bribing people. They're trying to save themselves by bribing people. To be destructive towards you. And you know, some people who don't think will do anything for money. They're daydreaming about being you. They're daydreaming about your vitality and your wealth because they're in poverty. And you've gained a victory over this. They're protesting it. You gained a victory and your freedom. Honest judgment is being called here. These walking dead, they don't get a courtship, and they are facing imprisonment, their loneliness, sickness. They are not a star being. They steal the life of others and dress up in their energy, their life force vitality while they're in a state of suffering without light. They suck the light out of a star being, put them in a state of darkness and misery and just atrocious situation while they walk around. I'm a star, I'm a star. Oh, how many stars do you have on Hollywood Lane? I don't know. Oh, I'm a star. You're not a star. You're a murderer, a thief, dressing up in the life force vitality of somebody else. A vampire parasite. This main male has alliances, perhaps in the justice system. The star. These reflections, vampiric walking dead, are not your friends. They're thieves of the imagination. And the illusion has been cleared. You have expectations of moving forward into your reunion, into your actual divine union. All right, now, I know that card came out, and I think it was the Fury card. Let me see it. Where'd it go? Yeah. They're mad. They're big mad. That's wild. My TV just turned on all by itself. I did not touch the button at all. Hello? So they're mad. They're mad because they were daydreaming about being you. They're in poverty. They have no light. They're the living dead. They're walking around. They have no life force vitality inside of them. They are a shadow being. They're a low vibrational shadow being walking around in a synthetic body or whatever, and they suck the life force vitality out of the stars. They're facing imprisonment. They don't get a courtship. Justice is being served. And that's fate. That's fate. That's fate for this thief, this imagination thief. There's a desire to reconcile because they're overwhelmed and in fear. Well, nobody cares. How many stars have they made to be overwhelmed and in fear? How many good, strong people did they destroy and put in death's arena so that they could walk around wearing their life force, pretending, oh, I'm a star, I'm a star. I've got all this money, I'm a star. Yes, you're an arrogant thief. Brutal, brutal mother. They don't get to go on the adventure. They did not steal your pinnacle. They could not reach the top of your mountain. You knocked them right off. You said, "Get the F off my hilltop." You have an understanding of what they've been doing. They need to surrender their need to control your sudden wealth, your Ace of Wands. This is yours. You were strong. You came into your reward. They were not able to steal it from you, nor were they able to steal your life. That doesn't mean they're not going to try something in the 3D because they're desperate now, because you're not stressed out. They couldn't cause you to stress out. So their magic failed. Their mental games failed. They missed their opportunity. Their values were all about money. They sabotaged themselves. You're an official person in the house. You're a high priestess. You are peace. You are sacred wisdom. And you are high morals. High morals, and they've experienced a loss. They could have lost a pet or a loss of something. They're experiencing some sort of damages and loss. Whether it be a pet or a loved one, they're losing people. They've missed their opportunity. Whatever they've been doing, whatever dark prayers they've been doing to try to cause you to die or to unalive you, it didn't work. They didn't make any mistakes. They did exactly what they intended, but they don't possess gifts of the soul that benefit them or others, so they're working in the shadows against a light being, against a high priestess who perhaps possesses both light and dark knowledge within her being, within her essence, buried within her Akashic. Boom! In her. It's part of her. You can't separate the wisdom from the person. They want to apologize. It's insincere. It's only because they couldn't unalive you and wear your life force as a coat. Their apology is only an admission of fear. Their apology isn't anything other than, "I'm afraid, will you please not make me deal with all that shit that I drummed up and tried to put on you. Please don't put it back on me. Can you do something so that I don't have to deal with my own reward?" They're being rejected. They're going through an awakening. This dominator. They're facing confinement for trying to come after your blessing. They're overloaded, and people are gossiping about them. They're a bully. Everybody knows they're overloaded. This bully is overloaded. People are gossiping about it. They're in a nightmare. They're in conflict. They could be blind. They might have lost the use of their third eye or their telepathic ability. Collective energy, please, spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, spirit. Collective energy. Child in the reverse. They want to escape. They did a lot of religious work to bring about a death to you, but you survived. They're not innocent. They made mistakes. They don't possess gifts of the soul that benefit themselves or others. They were bribing others to move against you, to come against you and destroy you, to try to save themselves. They're challenged by this because it didn't work and there's a change. They're furious. They were daydreaming about being you. And they're furious because it was all about money. They wanted your money. They're not a decent human being. They're a foul mutation. And justice is being served. Honest to goodness justice. If they didn't want their story to be told, they should never have come for me. If they didn't want their story to be told, they should never have entered my field of awareness. I'm telling the story. They're a servant of the shadows. They didn't gain a courtship. They're facing imprisonment and loneliness. This star has alliances. This main male is coming into a reunion. These servants of the dark are not friends. They're a soldier fighting against love. They're a servant of the dark, and they're fighting against stars who oftentimes are stripped of their memory and have no idea that they're even a star or a target. And when their child's life is so abused and disrupted by these people, and they don't even know why, and the reason why is because they're a freaking star, and they need to drain them of their happiness, their vitality, their connection. They need to cut them off from their connection of a higher source. They need to put them in fear. They need to put them in anger and a revenge mode. They need to flip them. So they attack the child. The illusion has been cleared. This thief who has placed some sort of a magical illusion, it's been released. It's been broken. Whatever that spell was, whatever that spell was over the collective imagination, it's broken. It's broken. People can see clearly what this thief was doing. Sweetheart, you're a sweetheart. You are irreplaceable, and you have expectations of being reunited with your main male. These ones wanted to stop that. They wanted to be you, and then they wanted to go have him plug into them and then drain him. I mean, it was a plan. They're all up in their thoughts. They're overwhelmed. They're in fear. They didn't gain your adventure. They couldn't reach the top of your mountain. They couldn't knock you off the top of your mountain. You're king of the hill or queen of the hill. You're like, get off my mountaintop. Get off my hill. But they're like, oh, I want to reconcile, please. And it's only because they want your wealth. They want to be attached to you. They want to parasite on you somehow. A reconciliation for the dead is just an excuse to latch on and suck the light out of you. You're a commodity. You're a food source for a vampire. That's it. 95%. Look up NPC on the internet. Non-playing characters, these karmic people, they're 95%. Are feasting on 5% of light beings. And you wonder why your life is so damn hard. You got hundreds of people freaking sucking the life force out of you. Through their technological advances, you can do that. I mean, there's military grade energy harvesting equipment out there, okay? And they utilize the Wi-Fi signals and all of that to do it. They can harvest energy out of thin air. Well, guess where that energy comes from? Your field is 6 foot wide. The toroidal field of the human, of the light-bearing human, is 6 foot wide, and we're walking around. And if they can suck energy out of the air, guess where it's coming from? It's coming from your toroidal field. They are harvesting your life force essence with their military grade energy harvesting technologies. It's not just vampires that are coming to feast. It's those military people who suck the energy out and then they sell the energy to other people. It's a profit system. They make money on your life force. Why do you think you're not living as long as you once did? Why do you think the age span keeps getting less and less? Number one, they're pumping you through of toxins, so they're lowering your vibration, your frequency into a denser, more survive, and just this root chakra, flight or flight system, making it paycheck to paycheck. You don't have time to actually be at ease and discover who you are on the inside because you're too busy trying to hold the outside together. It's a plan. And they leave you just enough energy to function and go to your work and pay your taxes. There's journey here in the reverse. They don't get to go on the journey. They weren't able to stress you out. They have to release their need to control. You have an understanding of what they've been doing. You are in this Ace of Wands energy with a sudden wealth. You've got power and potential. You're a high priestess at peace, an official person in the house. And these ones are experiencing a loss. Hope. Hope. You bringing hope, high priestess, high morals, high priestess. You're bringing hope to the house as an official. And you're bringing peace. Coming into the rewards and the fruits of your labor, financial security. Those who wanted to blame you for their own well-being, those who are making you responsible for their life, they want to apologize. They still have secrets. They have secrets. There's a surprise. This is a surprise. It's a surprise. They didn't figure that you would survive. It's worked many times before, many cycles before. These haughty people draining you of your life force, putting you in a cycle of suffering and lack. It's worked many times before. How do you think you wound up in the darkness? How do you think you wound up in the darkness with all of this sacred wisdom in the shadows? Why do you think that those in dark places are protecting you? It's because these jackwagons put you in those places many times and you made friends. You're not haughty. You're not stuck up. You're not a mean person. Everybody can see that. This priest is going to go to prison. They're suffering a misfortune. You were forced to walk in this energy cycle after cycle after cycle while they drained you of your life force vitality and walked around like they were important. They tricked the world into thinking that they're so successful because they've got all this money. But all they're really successful at is offending the Most High's children. And with that, I'll see you on the next one, everybody.